Hey, it's PDB Games, where I learn lessons the hard way, so you don't have to. And this week I'm learning, what is proper etiquette for Castle Dimitrescu? Before we get into how manners maketh man, first I have to get into the castle. As everyone knows, the proper way to get into any castle is by formal invitation. In this case, having my wife brutally murdered in front of me and my baby kidnapped served as my invitation. Say what you will, but this woman can take bullets like a motherfucker.
Mission failed. We'll get 'em next time.
Getting access to the castle is never a guarantee. But like the old adage says, the more closely your baby resembles Winston Churchill, the better.
We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets.
With the dead weight of my family now removed, it was time to head into the village below Castle Dimitrescu and immerse myself in the local culture. I ran into some unfamiliar wildlife on my way there.
Bob, that was definitely not a deer.
But I'm not about to let that stop me. A punctual guest is a proper guest. On my path to high society, it was alarming to see how some of the commoners live. I know this is a horror game, but this many dirty dishes is just deranged. And I was starting to suspect that this family had never even hired a professional closet organizer.
Bob, that was definitely a deer.
I took the time to explore some of their belongings in the basement, to get to know them better. What the fuck? A well-informed guest is a proper guest. After 20 minutes of rummaging, I thought it was a little strange that nobody was home.
Maybe they're out?
Thanks, Ethan. As I continued walking around the village, I couldn't help but notice, maybe everybody's out. About a minute later, I learned they weren't.
No, friendly. Who are you? Who sent you?
Okay, I think we all know this dude is gonna die somehow by a jump scare. Seems like we could play horror game trope bingo throughout this series. If you think a horror trope is gonna happen, keep track and fill out your board.
Take it! Take it! Tell them it's out there. Hey, are you listening? Hey!
Here's your free space. So they're all very much in and pissed off that they didn't get a personalized invitation to Castle Dimitri Martin like I did. So I had to show them the way back to their rightful place in the world.
Shut the fuck up. Know your fucking place, trash.
Damn, who is this guy? My wife? Things started looking pretty bleak, but I was saved by this old peasant lady. She's a little kooky, but she defended me from the rest of those pores, so she's good in my book. And a live guest is a proper guest.
They're coming again!
Rose is here?
This next step is often overlooked, but it's an important one. What's the main thing that sets the elite apart from the rest of the world? Exclusivity.
Have you seen any other survivors?
No. They're all in Louise's house. And she's not answering and the gate is locked.
Quiet girl. He's an outsider.
One must gain membership to an organization to demonstrate status. I dispatched a couple more ne'er-do-wells asking for water or something on their way to our first meeting. Yeah, I got your water over here. And before I knew it, I was amongst the middle class. Being associated with this bunch obviously made me a little uncomfortable, but you do what you must when etiquette's on the line.
A worthless invalid, a stupid, wailing bitch, and you drag a bloody man and an outsider in here like it's nothing, and expect to be all safe?
I think I know who had the picture of Saddam in their basement. I can tell because of his views on women and the fact that he's never won a prolonged conflict with the United States. As the midnight moon rises upon black blinks, so we must sacrifice and await the light at the end. Yeah, the previous step should honestly continue to be overlooked. I think these people will actually harm my social standing rather than help it. Luckily for me, this woman Elena's dad gave me an easy out. He was infected with the poverty, so naturally he started killing everyone in the circle. Elena took her sweet time, but eventually she began thinking like a rich person.
I said no!
Then I found a screwdriver that solved everything. Elena and I almost made it out of the burning house, but her father pulled her back down into destitution with him.
He said my name! Father!
A few moments later.
Reach for me!
Huh?
Damn it!
Poor Elena. See what I did there? When going to a place of renown like Castle Dinkelberg, you have to bring something. This is non-negotiable. I saw that their giant doors were missing some emblems from them, so my offering was to find replacements. The demon crest goes in the demon's hole, and the maiden crest goes in the maiden's hole. Shortly after entering, I was finally approached by a man of stature. He knew that I was exotic.
Oh, you're not local.
And immediately brought me to the lady of the manor. While I was being prepped for transport, it gave me time to think about how the PDB Scream Team event is going on, and the most liked comment of a video idea will be made, and how you should gently suggest this video to a friend. There's just no way around it. The upper echelon of society loves a little bit of brown nosing. Not too much, of course, rather just a light tan sniffing even.
Give the mortal to me, and I will ensure you...
Yes, Lady D, pick me, please, Lady D. I made a chair for you. Ethan's crest goes in the big vamp mommy's hole. Parties of the affluent are on another level.
Oh, you didn't think I'd let you get away, did you?
When members of the house approach you with unusual activities, try not to turn them down. No matter how distressing they may seem. A rude guest is an improper guest. Rich people also love their hidden rooms. For example, I found this one by headbutting a hanging brazier so that it lit these other braziers on fire, and boom, I'm in the basement. Oh yes, the old removing a gem from a ring that you found on the floor and inserting it into the bloody eye socket of a statue on a wall that moves to reveal the hidden path trick. A true classic, really. Of course, you have to appreciate the vast amounts of art throughout the castle. I guess improper food refrigeration just transcends social classes here. This is art. Kinky sex and puzzling rooms are great and all, but they're nothing compared to the ultimate rich people activity. Hunting humans for sport.
My body! It's breaking!
I think it's because you're standing in the cold. You're still standing in the cold.
I don't want to die.
Then stop standing in the cold.
That's perfect.
Why?
Because you're standing in the cold! What don't these people understand about temperature regulation?
What have you done to my daughter?
I killed her. Things might get a little crazy. But I wouldn't worry too much. The rich have unfettered access to advanced medical technology.
What? What the? The entire bloodline of House Dimitrescu is done in by the likes of you?
Yes, and all your daughters fell for the exact same trick. At a certain point, it will become obvious that the night is winding down and soon you won't be welcome anymore. For me, it became abundantly clear when Lady D did this. Don't worry though, I had a good retort locked and loaded. There's no defense for this. Is it bad that I'm even more into her now? We actually got into a bit of an awkward screaming match. This wasn't exactly how I pictured her confessing her feelings for me, but I ain't mad. Hey! Congratulations! You have now learned all that I have to teach about proper etiquette in Castle Dimitrescu. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you again next week for the next Scream Team episode. Oh, and luckily for me, her neck broke my fall. Yeah, she put up a fight, but in the end, I finished her off. I always do.